I'll take care of those guys for you.
What is going on, YouTube land? I am Chris Catalunya. Before we get into this video, go ahead and check out my Instagram, Chris Catalunya with the underscore at the end. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. And we are hitting it really close to that 10,000 subscriber mark here on this YouTube channel. Thanks for your support. If you're subscribed already, if you're not, you definitely will want to, because once we hit 10K, I'm gonna give away a Supreme Floral Skateboard Deck and a Supreme Super Soaker. So we are actually in Denver. We are traveling from Austin to Seattle, but we actually have an 18-hour layover here, and I decided not to pursue a hotel. It's just not worth it, I don't think. So we're gonna just save all our money for Seattle. And yeah, so in this 18-hour period, we're just seeing stuff that they have to do around the airport area. We're at the end of the 18-hour period. We have like 3 hours to go. Just gonna walk around a little bit, and then once we finish walking around, I'll find a place to actually conduct this review. Alright guys, so I finally found a place we can actually sit and talk about this shoe. This is the Nike SB Orange Label, that Oski Shark Dunk High. Now, if you're not familiar with Orange Label, it is a label under the Nike brand which produces high quality SB shoes, as well as producing like seasonal limited quantities of the shoe. And they're only released to skate shops worldwide. Now, Oski, full name Oscar Rozenberg, he is a 23-year-old Swedish skateboarder. Having several accolades under his belt, he definitely found a sponsorship with Nike SB. Now, prior to this Shark release, he actually released two other shoes, a Nike Dunk Low that was released in 2017 and a Nike SB Blazer, which was released this December 2019. Now, these shoes had a release of December 14th, 2019, and they were only released at skate shops in Europe. And to be honest, I didn't know too much about this shoe except for what I saw on Instagram and the different shoe blogs. I didn't expect a US release for this shoe. And in not expecting a US drop, I did not do any research on this. I just thought they would be unattainable until I scrolled on my Instagram feed, saw that my local skate shop, No Comply, was gonna host a raffle for these shoes, in which I hit. So the official release date for the US was December 21st of 2019, and again, being an Orange Label shoe, they were only released to skate shops. These shoes retail at a price point of $100 USD, add your taxes and your VAT just based on where you reside. And that was kind of shocking to me, especially since Orange Label shoes have a higher quality build than your typical Nike SB shoes. They're using better materials. This one actually has a Zoom Air unit on the insole. So $100 was quite shocking to me. I'm not mad at it at all though. Concerning the resale market, looking at StockX, looking at GOAT, these Oski Shark Highs are ranging in between a price point of $120 USD and $140. Again, just depending on the size that you are needing, which is also surprising because this is a pretty limited shoe, again, that you can only get at skate shops. I thought the demand would be quite higher, I thought the price would be quite higher on the resale, but it's actually at a respectable amount, and pretty much anyone can attain the shoe on the third market. Now, my first impression when I saw these on Instagram, I thought it was a pretty dope custom shoe, but turns out this was an official shoe released from the Nike SB account. Really, I didn't think that Nike had it in them to put that energy and replace their swoosh with a cartoonish shark. Now, actually having the shoe in hand, this is a quality built shoe, and I really don't understand, just reiterating the fact that why this doesn't have a premium set on it. But thanks, Nike SB. The upper of the shoe, it's mainly comprised of that suede leather going on the lateral side, on the medial side, and at the heel of the shoe. Touching it, it doesn't feel cheap at all, and it actually has like a velvety soft touch to it. Both the lateral and the medial sides of the shoe are identical in displaying that Nike swoosh shark design. I love how they played with the shark swoosh design, having the shark swimming upwards with some blood on its teeth just streaming from the mouth. It looks pretty dope. Now, this is actually done in embroidery. It's not embroidered onto the upper itself, but more like on a patch, and it's displaying colors of the white, black, and that red blood. This patch is then sewn onto the upper. The reason why they employed this shark swoosh on the shoe, Oski states that sharks are the king of the oceans, and it's kind of like them mastering their skills. I don't get it. He says that if you could do anything as effortless as a shark can swim, you're doing it right. Yeah, I don't get it. Maybe it's lost in translation, but I don't get it. It's cool design. I love the design, but I don't get it. Again, while most of the shoe is done up in that suede leather, the tongue is actually done in two different types of material. The front side where it's done in a nylon fabric and the reverse side in a cotton build. Atop the tongue, we have a woven label with Nike SB done up in white, and then the swoosh in the Oski name done up in red embroidery. Covering the tongue, we get into the lacing system. Now, they employ two different sets of laces on this shoe. The default set being a black lace with red oglets, and then this one, a white set of laces. Now, out of the two, I actually like the white set of laces better. It just makes the shoe pop a little more. Now, after I'm tired of these two sets, I'm definitely gonna employ a red set of laces, or maybe even a gray set of laces. I think either of those two will do way better than this white and that black color. And the lacing system is standard, where the eyelets are punched into the upper of the shoe. Moving on to the inside of the shoe, it is done up in my favorite material, black neoprene, because it doesn't get dirty easily. And this is padded on the lateral, the medial, and the heels of the shoe, and it's padded very well to provide some comfort to your ankles. In removing the insole, you'll see this fabric with some repeat shark designs. It's pretty funny, pretty cool, and it's done up mainly in that black and white color. Towards the heel, we have the Oski and Nike SB branding done up in red. Like I mentioned earlier, the shoe is employing a Zoom Air unit. So if you look at the bottom, you see that Zoom Air unit at the heel of the shoe. Now, this is a plastic enclosure that is pressurized with air and has some tensile fibers on the inside, so it reacts to when the heel depresses. The remainder of the insole is done up in this gray EVA foam and this black one, which is less firm than this gray. Moving on to the midsole, you'll see that it is identified by this white base. It is comprised of a blown rubber component to enable durability and flexibility. Much like the midsole, the outsole is also done in that blown rubber component, done up in white, which I actually really hate on the shoe. I wish they would have stuck to the theme and done like black, gray, or red. Like, white just gets dirty so easily. Well, anyways, we have your typical traction marking of your Dunk or your Jordan 1, where you have the circles at the top, the grid marking at the bottom, and then branding in the middle, and it actually has Nike SB going on in red. Sizing, normally I'm rocking a size 8.5 or a 9 US, 8.5 being my truest size in Dunks. In this particular pair, because it was a raffle, the 8.5 was not available anymore, so I settled for the 9, and when I put my foot inside, I have about a half inch from the top of my toe to the top of the shoe. In terms of comfort, these shoes are pretty comfortable, especially in comparing them to regular Dunks or your typical Jordan 1 shoe, especially for the fact that they are employing a Nike Zoom Air unit. The shoe isn't very breathable, especially with all that suede leather going on, but that's pretty typical of your Dunk shoe anyways. The main focus is to have that leather to protect you while you're skating, so that's what it is. Overall, I think this Nike SB Oski Dunk High is a pretty great shoe. I love how it flew under the radar. I loved how Nike SB maintained that price point of $100. Thank you, I really appreciate it, especially how it employs that Nike Zoom Air unit. Definitely, you could have put a premium on this shoe, and glad that you did not. I will say the story of Oski employing the shark design on the shoe, it is pretty lacking. It definitely could have had more substance to it. Not saying that I don't love the design, but come up with better PR for it. Again, I love the shark design. Honestly, I think it would be cool if for future releases he employed the shark design across all of his shoes. It's just cool and it's different and it's his signature. Alright guys, I think this is a good stopping point for this video. What do you think about this Nike SB orange label Oski Shark Dunk High? Is this a good pickup, a bad pickup? At the $100 price point, I don't think you can beat it, but what are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below. Go ahead and check out my Instagram, Catalunya with the underscore at the end. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. And again, we are hitting it really close to that 10,000 sub mark here on this channel. Thank you for your support, and I think that's it for this video. Alright guys, I'm Catalunya, and we will check you next time. Cheers, see you now.